All righty. Well, hi, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Good, good. I'm Josh from Live Easy, the Concierge program. And so I just wanted to join y'all today and walk you through a few of the updates that we have. Talk a little bit about how you can, connect with your clients, but also make sure that they stay in touch with you for life. Most of your clients, as you're working with them, it's been shifting from like 5 to 7 years that they're looking for a new house. Now we're up to 10 to 12 years. So being able to stay in touch and flow with your clients for life is becoming increasingly more important. So really wanting to make sure that you can have best ways to really connect with those clients, keep them in your tool belt, make sure they're connected back to you, and then get that repeat business, that referral business later on. So that's going to be kind of what we're going to talk today about. I'm going to share my screen. That way you can check everything out, see what's going on. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather today, so if I need to take a water break, I apologize on that front. But so with that, from Live Easy, your concierge program, the C21 Home Concierge, to really help make sure your clients not only get into the home, but stay connected with you for life. So today we're going to talk just briefly about what is Live Easy. I know we wanted to talk a lot about, hey, what's that client experience? What's the platforms look like? What's the home management platform? What happens when they actually get to a concierge? So I'm going to walk you through a little bit about that, the communications with clients. We're going to go over here to agent dashboards as well. The invite should be being sent out to you shortly, so you can hop on, check everything out, see the updates firsthand for yourself. And as mentioned earlier, if you have any questions, I forget my questions after like 30 seconds. Don't be like me. Drop them in the chat, raise your hand, holler them out, whatever it is, get them out there. And that way we can really talk about how the concierge can really help you and help your clients in making sure that they are connected back to you. So first and foremost, our goal is to be the complete end-to-end moving and home management program for your clients, being there for your clients for the entirety of their home life cycle, and hopefully multiple of those cycles. That's our dream for you, is that you'll be involved with them for multiple of those cycles. And really we started out with our bread and butter of getting people into the home, making sure they had their insurance, their mortgage, title, internet cable, movers, all of that fun stuff that takes up a lot of time. We really want to make sure that the clients get everything connected, set up, so that way they can really get into the home and are successful, because that's going to come back to you. Hey, Jane, you were a great agent through the concierge. You really made it easy for me to get into my home. And that's going to be that extra feather in your cap to build the rapport with that client, so we can really build it for future business with them and for future clients from them. But then as we were talking to agents, they really started talking more and more about, it's great getting a client set up, but we really need to connect to those clients for the long term. And that's why we have the home ownership dashboard, where you can do all sorts of fun things. You can find vendors, you can look for documents, so you can put all of your home related documents in one location. You can access home valuation, and my personal favorite button is I'm ready to move. I'll show you exactly what those look like, so you'll be able to get a sneak peek at that, so you can see what that client experience is, giving you those triggers to hop on the phone, have a conversation with that client, make sure that they are taken care of and they are connected on that front. So that's what we're going to go over today. But first and foremost, our goal, we have a few, to really help make sure that you are the shining star. We want you to stay top of mind with your clients. So each and every time that we are working with your clients, we're going to be talking about you. We're going to be shooting little fireworks off talking about you, to make sure that you are the person that they are connected back to. So anytime any emails come across from the concierge to help out, it's going to have candy, it's going to have your name, it's going to have your glamour shot on there. It's going to be that rapport builder to make sure that you are front and center each and every time, because we want to offer that same white glove service to each and every one of your clients. Doesn't matter what their moving needs are, we want to make sure that they have best access, because that's going to get you repeat business. That's going to get you referral business. That's going to keep those people connected back to you, making sure that you are top of mind each and every time. Now, with that, you can even use this to connect to clients that you just are starting the conversation with. You're going out to win that new business. You can actually take this concierge, add it to your CMA. Talk about, hey, not only am I going to give you the greatest marketing ever, I'm going to get you the most beautiful home. We're going to get it at a great price, but I'm also going to have a concierge to help walk you through every single piece to get into the home, make sure that's taken care of, but also for any home related needs for any time in the future. I want to make sure that I'm your agent anytime something home related happens, because that's going to show the clients that you're willing to do anything to make sure that that home journey for them is the most successful thing. And that's going to get that repeat business. That's going to get that referral business. That's going to put you top of mind each and every time. And that's really our goal. And every tech piece's goal should be about how we can help increase your success as much as possible, building that relationship with your clients to put you front and center each and every time. Because nothing is more fun as an agent than getting a phone call, getting an email saying, I'm ready to sell my house. Hopping on, having that quick conversation, you got a listing without even having to do any work that day. And that's the great part of our follow-up program, is we are going to be doing those touch points for your clients, connecting them to the concierge, but also connecting them back to you to make sure that you are top of mind each and every time. So with that, we want to make sure that you are as unforgettable as possible each and every time. So with that client follow-up program, most of your pieces that you use are really focused on getting that client into the home. And with the home management platform, we are really engaging with your clients for the life of them being in the home, putting you front and center each and every time to make sure that your clients will always be taken care of. Now, you're probably thinking, how in the world are my clients invited to this? How do they get access to the concierge? So there's going to be a couple of different ways. One is, as you're on your transaction management system, mark that client as pending or under contract. It's actually going to send you first a quick email saying, hey, congrats on your successful transaction with whoever the client might be. And then it's going to give you a chance to disable that invite. Land transaction, they're flipping the house. Someone that doesn't quite need a concierge, we understand that. We want to make sure that client's taken care of as well. And then from there, 48 hours later, your client's going to get an invite that looks much like this, and giving them a chance to do two different things. One, they can either schedule a call with their real life concierge, or they can access their dashboard. So if they schedule a call with their concierge, what's going to happen is it's going to pull up the concierge's real-time calendar. So then go and pick 3:30 on a Tuesday afternoon and say, I want to talk to my concierge then. And during that call, it's going to kind of walk through a checklist. Hey, I see we're moving from point A to point B. Perfect. Do we need any insurance? What about internet and cable? What about movers? Are we doing the friends and family move? Do you want someone to come do everything for you? Do you need a pod? What does that look like? Then they're going to keep working down the list. What about painters, plumbers, electricians? Do we need home security? All of those different pieces, they're going to walk them through each thing that is typically needed to get into a home. And at the end of the call, they're going to include not only a recap to your clients of, hey, your utilities are set to be turned on X date, X time, making sure that your clients are taken care of, but it's also going to come back to you as well to make sure that you know exactly what's going to be happening for each and every one of your clients, because we want to make sure that you're the rock star, the all-knowing for anything real estate each and every time. So that's going to be what it looks like when they work with a concierge, just walking down that quick checklist, making sure everything is taken care of, but then also keeping you in the loop and doing that full recap for them. Or they can actually go to their branded website. It's going to be branded back to you. It's going to have your name, your glamour shot. All those pieces are going to be back there, and they can actually walk through that platform, getting everything set up through that. I'll show you what that looks like in just a bit so we can see what that experience would be for your clients. But each and every time, that's the goal, is to make sure anything that needs to be set up, that's what we want to do for that client. If you call over to Xfinity, if you call over to Spectrum, any of the internet and cable companies, they're going to walk you through, and they're going to try and sell you the biggest possible package. They're even rolling out cell phones now. They're going to try and sell you every single stream of service that they possibly can for the largest services. And that's not what we're here about. Our goal is to make sure your clients get what they need, get set up for what they would like, and connect them, because that's going to be that piece that where it comes back to you. Hey, My agent really got me set up. They made sure I was taken care of, and they gave me the best services to get into my home. Now, we will, once your client goes under contract, we're going to do a little bit of reach out to them, making sure that they know about the concierge. We're going to send them a quick email. We're going to send them a quick text, a phone call the next day. But we do know that the best person to learn about the concierge is not going to be from us. They're going to learn about it better coming from you. When you are talking to your clients at the very beginning, perfect. I'm going to do all of these great things to get you into the next home. I'm going to do all of this to help you list your home. But I'm also going to have a concierge to make that move as simple as possible. You've gone under contract. Fire over that quick message. Hey, congrats, your offer was accepted. You're under contract. Don't forget, my concierge is going to reach out to you. And that's going to be that extra feather for you, where you have another part of your tool belt to make sure that those clients are taken care of. Now, at any point during this, if they come back and say, I think I'm good, I think I have everything taken care of, we'll mark them as good. We won't reach out to them anymore. But later on, if they come back and they're like, actually, I do have some questions, we'll be more than happy to help them at any point, making sure everything can get set up on their behalf. And that's really our goal, is to make sure that clients are set up, taken care of, but also connected back to you for life. So that way they always know that they have a concierge to make sure everything is taken care of, and then get them back over to their agent whenever it's those really big pieces, like, I'm looking at moving. Hey, I need some movers. Well, let me give a signal real fast over to Rick to say, hey, they're looking for movers. Rick now knows what to do if people are looking for movers. Hop on the phone, see what's going on, make sure that they are taken care of. And that's the goal, is to make sure that you are connected back to your clients and know exactly what's happening with them at all times. Now, we got a few great pieces of marketing as well. So really, when you're out meeting with those clients, email campaigns, we have open house programs. Instead of going out and reading the chicken scratch that people write their name and email at an open house, you can actually have a QR code where they can log straight into your dashboard, have access to you and your branded site. And so it makes it a lot easier for you to keep those people connected back to you. We have listing presentation flyers, VIP concierge cards. That way they can always have you in their pocket at any point. And that's really the goal, is to make sure that they have that connection with you at any point. Now, we do have a new piece that just dropped last week, and this is going to be the space where we update consistently. If ever you need a little bit of support, you need a little bit of help, pieces like that, we have our new support line. I'm going to put that in the chat. That way everyone has access to that. They can get access to marketing collateral, some quick how-to videos. What if I want to add a vendor? What if I want to invite a client? All of those pieces, so that way you can have access to that. And even success stories. What are other agents doing? How are they using the concierge to make sure their clients are taken care of each and every time? And then from there, I wanted to show you what that new dashboard is going to look like. This is the home ownership dashboard, where you can connect back to those clients for life. And that's the great part, is it's going to put you front and center. So your name, your picture, your phone number, your email is going to be all right there to make sure that the clients see you each and every time. And as they scroll down, the first thing that they're going to go through is a cost savings exercise. How can we save the money? How much are you paying off on your internet and cable bill? Are we able to save a little bit off that? Because if I can save them $30 a month off their internet and cable, well, it doesn't sound like a ton, but $360 across the course of a year does a little bit of damage to the internet and cable companies. Helps our pocketbooks quite a bit. So making sure that we can find those cost savings for clients, because if we can find cost savings for your clients, then that's going to come right back over to you. My agent, they took care of me, they got me into the home, but also they are watching out for my time, and they're watching out for my money to make sure I have the best access for anything I need. From there, they can look at their home valuation, see how much things are worth. They can look for home improvement projects. They can even get access to exclusive deals for anything home related. And so everything we're doing right now, is the goal is to drive people back to the dashboard to consistently see you each and every time. So as they're looking at that home valuation piece, they can see how much is their home worth. Sorry, my computer's being a little slow this morning. They can see how much their home is worth, but also knowing, yeah, sometimes Zillow's numbers are just a little bit weird. So let me talk to my agent because I have more bathrooms than this now in my house. I have more square feet than that in my house now. I made some updates that Zillow, Estated, all the other online aggregators don't know about. But who's going to be the best person to know about my home value, be able to pull up comps, be able to find the research to get fair market value? That's going to be you. So it's going to be able to hop on there, contact you, ask all those questions, and that way you can be able to get the best home value for that client, make sure that they are taken care of, and they can really get that good connection to make the best decisions for their home needs. They can look at their mortgage balance. They can look at a savings calculator. What if I add an extra $50 a month? What does that look like? Or they can even go through an affordability calculator exercise. Hey, I want to sell my home and buy a new one. I want a vacation home. I want to get a lake house to go and hang out at occasionally. All of those pieces to make sure that your clients have access to those numbers about their house, but also access to you. Now, other pieces that we've updated are this trusted pros section. So that way, anytime your client needs anything home related, they can hop onto this trusted professionals area and find all sorts of great vendors. They can find painters, plumbers, they can find carpet cleaners, and be able to find those people in your area. And the great part is, first, it's going to come from you. So your favorite people, your brokerage favorite people, and then you as an agent, your favorite people are going to be the ones provided by us to make sure that your clients see that. But we're also going to have an extra part below in case they need a little bit more research, they need a few more vendors, maybe someone's not calling back. We want to give them vetted vendors. So now, no matter if you don't have anybody in that category, we can make sure that they're taken care of. Or if you have someone moving all the way down to Florida and you have no clue of any vendors down there, you can still give them the homeownership dashboard. And they can be connected back to you because we can do that research on your behalf to make sure that your clients are taken care of no matter where they go. So it puts you as that all-knowing expert of real estate, no matter where in the country your clients are going. Now, if they're going over to Paris, we'll do our best to help them, but we can't quite cover out of the US. But any 50 states, we're more than happy to connect with those clients, take care of them, and get them all set up. And the whole goal of this dashboard is this button right here, this plan your next move. Perfect. What are they looking at doing? I am looking at selling it. I'm going to move down to LA. Perfect. I'm going to be a movie star. That's going to be my next career goal. And that way you can make sure that the client is taken care of. You can see what side of the transaction you're getting. And if you need to find a referral agent from the C21 network, you can hop over there, find that agent that you want to connect with, make sure that client is taken care of, and then you can get a little bit of a referral check in your pocket too. So building out that knowledge and that trust for that client. So it's going to give you a flashy green light in your inbox saying, get on the phone, give them a call. Nothing is more fun than getting an email saying, I'm ready to list my house. And you didn't have to pick up the phone or chase them around. You just got to hop on there, take care of them, and make sure everything gets set up on that client's behalf. So that is the updates that we have for the home ownership dashboard. I did want to show you a quick reminder, a crash course of how you can get on your dashboard. Those invites should be sent over shortly. But when you're on your dashboard, what you can do to actually invite out these clients and add vendors, all of those fun pieces to make sure those clients are taken care of. So I always suggest, once you hop on your dashboard, make sure that your name, that your email, that your social media pages are right. And also double check this glamour shot. Make sure it's the face that you really want clients to see each and every time when they are talking about you, they're talking about real estate. We want those brain triggers to consistently happen. That way you are front and center each and every time. And then from there, you notice a couple buttons at the top, that invite client, add vendor button. Now this invite client piece, you're not going to have to worry too much about it. It's going to be coming automatically from your transaction system. As long as you put in the client name, client email, client phone, then you mark them as pending. That will pull into our system. It'll send an invite out to you first, and then 48 hours later, your client's going to get that invite. But occasionally, you have people who are selling their home, and they need a lot of updates before their house can go on the market. So you can always invite clients at any point to make sure that they have access to the concierge. So you can just put in their name, email, potential date they're getting into their home, their phone number, and you can actually scroll down, send out that email to invite them to the concierge so they can have access to your favorite vendors. They can have access to all the people in your network to make sure that move experience is as smooth as possible for them. Or if you have all those clients you have been working with for years and you really want to start making sure that you are connected with them, holidays are coming up. You want to send out some quick invites. Hey, happy holidays. My free gift to you is going to be a home ownership dashboard to keep everything home related in one space. You can actually send out all of those invites through this space. Or if, like I expect, you don't want to type the hundreds of people you have individually, you can actually hop on here and invite multiple sphere contacts. We have a template where you can put the client's name, email, phone, drag and drop that CSV file, and it will upload all of your client lists to send out an invite to that home ownership dashboard. If ever it's giving you a little bit of trouble, or if you're like, I don't really know what a CSV is, that's perfectly okay. You can actually send me over to Help It Move Easy, your roster of all the clients you've worked with. We will do that heavy lifting for you. We will invite all of those clients in one fell swoop, making sure that everyone can have access to that home ownership dashboard, putting you first each and every time, making sure they are connected, A, to the concierge, but B, and most importantly, back to you. And then as you have those vendors that people who've been taking care of your clients for years, you can actually hop on there and add all of your favorite vendors. Nice part is, Dana, if you have your favorite vendors, if you put them in there, Jane's not going to have access to your vendors. They're going to just be yours. So you can kind of squirrel them away and keep them as needed. Or if you want to share, maybe you have this painter who's the most amazing guy and you want to make sure every agent has access to them. Let Dana know. We can actually add that for the entirety of the brokerage. So that way a vendor would be available for everyone. So you'll just need to put vendor name, email, phone number, and we have a fleet of types, over a couple hundred different types. And that's why we have that integration with Thumbtack, making sure that your clients have access to great reputable vendors, no matter what the situation is. Get everything set up. Yes, Dana.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 14 offices across Minnesota, one in Superior, Wisconsin, and in North Dakota. And when we originally launched with Home Concierge a couple of years ago, office by office submitted vendors that those different locations use to be added at an office level.
Yes.
So all agents could see that.
Yes.
Did that carry over is my first part of that question.
It
and if you need to find
over.
out and let me know, that's fine too.
It should have carried over. I can double check for you and make sure that's good though. So based off whatever office, all vendors would be available for every agent in that office.
Yeah, because each office had their own preferred vendors list given the location. And then my second part of that question is, if we enter on an office level preferred vendors, can the agents and clients still see all the rest of the vendors in that town and any of their own uniquely preferred vendors that they add in?
Yes, so if you have office vendors, you can see our Thumbtack integration at the bottom, but you can also see any agent preferred vendor as well. So that's all of those options are going to be there to make sure that your clients have best access for any of those pieces. Answer?
Cool, thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's really the piece that helps make sure that your clients are taken care of each and every time, is having those vendors to make sure that they are coming back to you. And that's all of our updates to the homeownership dashboard has been around that immediacy. When clients hit the dashboard, they're going to want to find vendors. They're going to want to find their home valuation. They're going to want to find those things immediately. Previously, we had a research team where we would go do research on your client's behalf, and that slowed the process down. Now they have access 24/7, increasing that immediacy to make sure that clients consistently go back to you, because if they can't find it with you, they're going to go find it somewhere else. They're going to hop on Google and they're going to start looking. But if they think that you are the all-knowing source of real estate, then they're going to keep going back to you as that all-knowing source. And that's really our goal each and every time on that front.
One more question, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, there have been certain locations, and this is just the feedback that I've gotten, so I don't have like details of the specific discussions, but that have said that a client has tried to use Home Concierge, and that concierge has said, well, we don't have any internet providers for this area, or the client themselves has gone into the dashboard and said, there's no landscapers for this area or whatever. Yeah. What is your experience with that, and how, if that does happen, then how can we correct that to make it more usable?
Yeah, so for the landscaper piece, this new update for vendors should correct that. So that way there's always going to be a vendor available at that location. Now it might be a wide net where they might be coming 30, 45 miles to get there, depending on the rurality of that location. So that's really what the goal of this was, to make sure that vendors are available no matter where they're going. So for internet and cable, we do have contracts with most of the major providers across the country. Now, there are a few pockets of very local internet companies where it's one town has their own internet company that we don't have contracts with. So what the concierge is now instructed to do is, hey, it doesn't matter if we don't have a contract, let's get them set up. Let's make sure they walk through the process. Let's make sure that they are taken care of each and every time on that front. Now, sometimes we are not able to set them up because you have to walk into an office with documents saying that you purchased a house. It just depends on that front. And so we'll walk them through, hey, this is the steps that are going to be needed. Unfortunately, we are not able to, but here's everything you're going to need to get that set up. And they'll walk them through kind of a plan of attack for that as well. Awesome. So other nice piece, when you get your invites a little bit later today, you're actually going to be able to see your unique URL. So when you're here on that unique URL, you can actually take that URL and put it on anything you want. You can put it as your email signature. You can put it on your social media bio. You can say link in bio, put that there. You can make it as a QR code. If you're ever scrolling through Facebook and someone says, hey, I need a painter in whatever neighborhood it might be. Perfect. Joe Painter's the best painter in town. Here's his contact info. Give them the thing that they actually need. Show them that you're the expert. And then add, are you looking for any other vendors? Check out my vendor list. And you can actually put an access to that homeownership dashboard. So ways to start building out that network of clients, of people that you might have never worked with before. So giving them what they need, showing them that you are that all-knowing expert, but also going above and beyond each and every time. And that's what you as an agent are doing each and every day. So you can take this and add that to your wheelhouse as well to make sure your clients are connected. So then they can click in there and say, let's get started, let's add our info and make sure that they can be connected to you. Find your great vendors, find how much their home value is, but anytime they're ready to talk anything real estate, they have a connection back to you each and every time. So that's what I have for y'all today. I just wanted to walk you through some of the new updates that we've had, and then really show you that new resource center as well. That way, if you do ever have any questions, you can hop on that, watch a quick video. I'm more than happy to help as well. So Dana, if you ever have questions pop up, we'll be more than happy to knock those out. But does anyone have any questions at this time?
How can our agents access their Moxie dashboard?
So
I'm sorry, their I was just in a Moxie training right before
Yep.
this. I'm so sorry. How can they
No.
access their home concierge dashboard?
So they should have received an email. Jonathan sent it at 11:05 today. So it should have been pushed out about 20 minutes ago. Check your spam folder sometimes though, because it does occasionally end up there where you can actually access your dashboard. It's going to go to the email that we have on file for you. So Dana, if we're having some issues on that front, we might need to double check some emails as well, but it's going to be the ones that are as your main email there in Dash. So you can actually check on that and then have access to the concierge and then hop on, update your account, add some vendors, add some clients, and be ready to rock and roll from there. But it should be in your email inboxes already.
What if,
reset that
what
password.
if I didn't come to this training and in 2 months, somebody tells me, oh my God, that home concierge training was so great. You should get on your home concierge dashboard. Is there
Yes.
just a place that like a web URL, like somewhere that an agent can
So-
go to just log in?
As every agent has their own unique URL, I would have to give you a web URL for all of the people, which would be a little bit cumbersome. If you ever need a little bit of help of, hey, how do I get on? Email over to help at MoveEasy. Mo and Rocky are managing that. They'd be more than happy to get your access set up, make sure that you're taken care of. And that's going to be the quickest, easiest way. Now, Dana, you can also send invites from your admin dashboard. So if you ever hear someone has forgot their password, you can actually click right next to the agent's name and resend out that password. That way they can have it easy peasy.
And so once they get that email and they log in, I guess my recommendation would be to bookmark that page so that it's always something they could go to and they don't have to always be going back in and looking for that email. Like you logged into your dashboard, bookmark your dashboard on your browser so that you could just click it when you want to go back in.
Absolutely. So it'll bring you straight up to this page where you can watch a recorded webinar, you can complete your profile, all of that fun stuff. And then later, if someone's like, hey, I heard y'all had a training for all of this stuff, and people come up and ask questions about that, then you have the recording. So everything will be set up on that front and you can make that available for everybody. So easy to go right there.
FYI, I just checked my email and my junk and I don't show that I have one.
Okay, for your concierge access?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me double check. That might be, again, Dana, what is the main email in Dash versus what's the main email she's checking. So let me see real fast.
Candy, what email are you checking?
I checked my candy.dykman@atwoodcompanies.com.
I checked mine too, and I didn't get one either.
And my candy at Ask Candy and my candy at C21 Atwood. I've checked all of them.
Yep.
Okay, I will check and see.
It could have gotten caught up in our Barracuda stuff.
I don't show anything in there.
No.
All right, I pushed those back out for both you and Jane, Candy. So that way, hopefully they will be appearing. I'm going to double check with my dev team to see if maybe they got blocked for some reason, and I can have access to see kind of what that looks like on the sent piece, but I don't have the immediate access to be able to look at that. So
what email are you showing, Josh, for Jane?
Jane.Hanson@C21Atwood, and for Candy, Candy.Dykman@C21Atwood.
Okay. I will circle back with Barracuda, our IT department, because I know that even your email to me, Josh, got blocked by our firewall. And
There
it's
you go.
Move Easy now. It's not Move Easy anymore. So I think, right? Is that correct? Or are you guys still Move Easy emails?
The emails from us are still going to be as Move Easy because we haven't updated that part yet. So yeah.
Okay. I'll check with Pantheon and then I can circle back with you because we may need to send them all out again if
Can easily do
we
that.
need to allow the list of your emails. So
okay. And then I can also send over the whitelist address of all of our IP addresses if they need to just put those in and say any email from here accept those, I have that list as well.
Send that to me. That will probably cut the emails much shorter.
Yep,
Yes.
we'll do that.
Send that over.
Awesome.
Good questions.
Perfect.
Anybody else have any other questions? Anything that they would
So
love to know?
I just have, and I don't mean to be negative, but I do get a lot of people that say that they feel when they get the calls, they're all high pressured sales calls, like they just won't give up and they get rude and they get mad. So, that's unfortunately a reflection on us.
Yes.
Can you give me any light on that?
So we do have a new concierge leadership that started a few months ago. And so he's really working on changing that because he knows that if a high pressure happens, agents leave. And so being able, let's talk through, hey, this is what the process is. Yes, we do need to make our sales on our side to keep our business going, but it's not going to help pressuring a client because that's only going to get agents to leave, brokerages to leave. And so making sure that clients are taken care of, that's really been his focus each and every time on that front.
So can you maybe explain that? So unless I missed it, my understanding of your program is just I always thought, but it's an extension of the services that I offer. And it's just to help make your move nice and smooth and easy.
Yes.
And if there's things I can't provide to you, or maybe they just don't want to call me for whatever reason, they always feel they're bothering me, they can go online, they can go through your program and look. But it doesn't, select people have told me it doesn't feel like it's like that. It's like you have to buy this, you have to buy this, you have to buy this. So maybe to help us, are the programs or the services that you guys provide truly a service, or are you guys, or your employees, so to speak, are they getting a commission off of what they provide?
Yeah, so they are a sales employee. So they're working to help sell internet, cable, home security, things like that. So that is part of the process for us to keep people moving along in our business. So, but that's again with the idea of hey, if a client's not interested, we shouldn't be pushing on that front. Now we will go work down the checklist. Hey, do we need movers? Do we need insurance? Do you need internet and cable? Hey, this is who the typical internet and cable provider is in that area. This is what I would recommend based off what you use. What about home security? Are you looking at home security? Nope. Okay. Well, let's keep working down the list and making sure they're taken care of. So that's the goal for each and every one of the agents. And so definitely if you hear of ones that don't go that way, let me know, because those are calls that we can go back and check and see hey, was this person being pushy? Do we need to have some coaching moments to make sure that they're taken care of on that front?
Okay. And then another, I just kind of made notes of some things that I come across. Maybe this will change, is when they say, sure, what do you have in my area? They give them places that are like hours away. And I know you said some of the distances, they might have to travel 50 miles, just depending on, the location. Cause for me, we're in a rural community. But they're talking different states, and they're like, well, that wasn't helpful whatsoever. So
with that piece now, it's based off a zip code. So it's going to be much more closer knit. Previously, if they were doing research, it was actually going back to one single person who was doing all the research, and he was finding the nearest places that he could get. And so he would also call people and are you in business in certain areas? And are you accepting people? So sometimes it was, hey, this is the closest person I could get. Yes, it might be an hour away, but this is the closest person I could get. And that happens sometimes in rural areas where people are busy and they aren't taking on new business. And so trying to make sure that your clients have best access, but also can have someone who will show up and come out is the other piece on that front.
Okay. And then it's still beneficial for us to provide you. I mean, I know you guys are doing your search by zip code, but it's still beneficial for us to provide you with a list of our preferred home inspector, movers, painters. Okay.
Because if you have people that you trust to show up, I'm going to put those people first every single time, because if you're recommending them, you have good rapport. And while our integration works very well and we had tested it out for a few months before we launched it to everybody, still want to get the local experts' knowledge, because that's going to build out that better relationship for your clients.
Sure. Okay. Can we just get you every time, Josh?
For meetings or for the concierge or
For the
For the
concierge.
concierge.
unfortunately I don't work in the concierge department anymore. So yeah.
That's all right. Okay, thank you. I think that's my list of questions I had.
Those are really good questions. I think, and for everybody, like if you do have an instance where a client gets a call or something like one of those questions is describing, as Josh said, they record those calls. There's transcripts of those calls. They know which concierge spoke to which client.
Mhm.
So if you let me know, or email that support line, they can do that investigation for you, because the more feedback we give them, the better the platform will be, where it can truly be a benefit for your clients to be able to use it, and something that helps you win more listings and get your full commission ask, because you can offer this benefit that no one else is really offering. So keep that feedback coming in, because we will bridge those communication lines to make sure that it's maximizing what it should do in the best possible way for your clients.
And that's the really nice part for me is I came from the concierge. So I know what that looks like for them, but I also know what you need as an agent. So being able to have that conversation like, hey guys, I understand that your job is to do this, but if you push a client too much, then Candy's going to leave. And if Candy leaves, then it's going to start that domino thing. And we want to make sure clients are taken care of, because if clients aren't taken care of, then why are you coming back? And so I want to make sure that that's really the focus each time, is making the client experience the best possible.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Anybody else have other questions or anything? Great.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for joining today.
Thank you, Josh. This was really
thank you.
helpful. Much appreciated. I will make sure that you send me the whitelist so
Mhm.
I can get this unblocked, and then I'll let you know when to resend all the emails out. So everybody should
Perfect.
get it, hopefully by the end of today, tomorrow. And I'll circle back just to make sure if you didn't get it, then we'll keep going.
And Dana, you said you were gonna put this out so people can record it, because like Holly had a different project she was working on, so she couldn't come on today.
Yeah, I'm gonna download it, and I'm gonna add it to resources through 21 Online, where all the rest of our trainings live.
Okay.
Yep, it'll be there, hopefully
Perfect.
today.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate your
Bye, guys.
time. Thank you, Josh. Bye.
Have a good day.
You too.